Welcome, guys, to Bucket for Bucket, another episode. This one is for the books. The WNBA draft took place in New York City, in our hometown. We were there. First draft that allowed fans. What a moment in history for the WNBA.
Dope moment in the history for the WNBA. So many people in attendance to witness a historic WNBA draft.
As you guys know, the draft took place at Brooklyn Academy of Music. It was the first time it was open to fans. It sold out in 10 minutes. By the time we wanted to buy some tickets, it was already sold out, which sucked for us. We couldn't be there in the arena, but we were outside. We saw all the commotion, the outfits, every single one ate up. We saw them come in. We saw Dawn, the fans lined up literally around the corner. It was amazing to see this historic draft.
Absolutely amazing to see. And like you said, just to echo what you said, the fans lined up around the block. Definitely dope experience. And as you said, we got to interact with a lot of people. We got to see a lot of excited fans who were, for the very first time. And it was super dope. I do want to say this before we get deep into the episode of anything. I do want to extend a sincere apology to the fans that stopped yesterday that saw myself and Kayla and took the opportunity to stop and do the trivia questions. Unfortunately, we did have a little hiccup with our equipment, but we will definitely still post what we have to show your lovely faces and show your support. And we just want to say thank you to everyone who took the time to stop and just experience that with us. So um, unfortunately, we don't have audio, but we will see again during the home opener. I know a lot of you guys will be at Barclays Center for the home opener, and we will definitely make that up to you. So definitely appreciate that for taking the time and want to extend those apologies for those of y'all who are expecting to see some of your videos today and don't see it.
Yeah. I mean, you live, you learn. Like you said, we'll be at the home opener. It will not happen again. We'll definitely have your interviews ready for the home opener. But a lot of Liberty fans in attendance, a lot of season holder jackets, a lot of Iowa fans as well, a lot of Caitlin Clark jerseys on the line. The Caitlin Clark effect, as we've been saying all season long. How did you feel seeing all these Caitlin Clark fans, these Iowa fans, the new NCAA fans continuing to support the WNBA?
So first, this was funny to me because when we first started that interview process, and after the trivia, we started asking fans like, "Who are you here to see?" And I think about 15 to 20 people answered, and I had to say, "Wait, hold on, I didn't hear Caitlin Clark yet."
Not
So
one.
not one at that bunch, but there were a lot of Caitlin Clark fans in attendance. And I say this just to say, like, the Caitlin Clark effect was real, but this draft class has so many stars in it that it wasn't just about Caitlin Clark. There was a lot of people there waiting to see Aaliyah Edwards called, including myself. A lot of people waiting to see Angel Reese. A lot of people waiting to see Nika Mule.
Camila
It was a
Cardoso,
deep draft.
Cameron.
Camilla Cardoso, Cameron, like all of them, Cameron Brink,
Yeah, you're
Lakia
so
Jackson, like
right.
people were
Kenny went
excited.
around asking so many people, and we were just looking at each other, waiting for a Caitlin Clark. And nobody said Caitlin Clark until like the 15, 20th person. So
Yeah,
that was very surprising to have so many fans there to see other people besides Caitlin Clark. And it just shows this
and
draft class is deep.
and let's talk about how many Caitlin Clark shirts we saw from Liberty fans. How conflicting will that be on the home opener or the first two games? There were a lot of Liberty fans with Caitlin Clark stuff on. There was maybe one or two that even tried to hide that they had Caitlin Clark gear on. But we know
Yeah, they
we
try to
we
be
not
slick
low.
with
We know we,
it.
we saw you. We saw you and we got you. But to say that, I'm gonna say that to say as well. Like I might get me a Caitlin Clark fan jersey or shirt too, because like I said, I appreciate her and I support everything that she's done for basketball thus far. So we just know that you guys are true fans. Because at the end of the day, you know, you can be a Liberty fan and still support Caitlin Clark. It's no big deal, no biggie at all for that. So happy to see the fans out in attendance and just putting on for WNBA.
Yeah. Speaking of Caitlin Clark, the most anticipated pick of the night, we already knew she will be going number one, and she did. The Indiana Fever selected Caitlin Clark as the first pick of the 2024 draft. An amazing pick, just what Caitlin Clark is going to do for the Indiana franchise. They are a winning
Mhm.
franchise, have been in the position, won championships before. Um, in previous episodes, we had talked about how the addition of Caitlin Clark to Indiana automatically makes them a contender. Leah Boston having that connection. Caitlin Clark even said it after the draft, how excited she is to play with Aaliyah Boston. She recognized her as the best center in the league right now. I mean, she's obviously biased. She has to say it, but um, it's gonna be an amazing duel. South Carolina fans, Iowa fans, we're locked in now.
Locked in forever. Oh yeah, and please do hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button for Bucket with Kayla and Kenny. And do remember that the name of this episode is Kumbaya, because we have a lot to be grateful for, but we're gonna have a lot of making up to do this 2024 WNBA season. A lot of fans are gonna have to get it together. Iowa SC, LSU SC. We all have to find a common ground. Of the episode is Kumbaya because all of the fans are gonna have to get it together. We're gonna have to find a common ground. LSU and SC and Iowa. A lot of different a lot of different teams and tandems now that we did not expect to see. So this should be a fun season. We'll see how it transpires.
This beef ends here. We are all basketball fans. We are all supporting the growth of women's basketball, and we will continue to do that together, packing out these arenas together. And I can't wait for the season. It's gonna be amazing.
Same. It's gonna be a real amazing season, man. And a lot. Like I said, it was hilarious. How did you feel about seeing some of these picks? I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but how did you feel about seeing the Chicago picks?
Oh man, Chicago. Camila Cardoso at number 3, Angel Reese at number 7. Interesting. As you know, they both play for the SEC. They've both been in the conversation for SEC Player of the Year, SEC Defensive Player of the Year. We've seen them battle it out, like heavy, pulling hair, fighting this and all the extra stuff. But they both said it well, how they're excited to play with each other. Camilla said in the
Yeah.
post draft, ain't nobody getting rebounds on us.
And I
Angel Reese,
100% believe her.
Angel Reese, the best offensive rebounder, then you have the best defensive rebounder in the SEC. Put them together. Oh man, who's getting through those two?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who's gonna get through it, but it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a tough battle. It's gonna be a lot of foundation. Do you think they both start?
One at the 5, one at the 4. Yeah, why not? I mean, Chicago is going through
What
rebuilding
about
now. They don't have, who do they have right now? Isabel Harrison
what
coming
about
back from injury.
Elizabeth Williams?
Oh yes, Elizabeth Williams.
That's what I think about automatically. I'm like, who gets the starting nod? Who falls to power forward? Because
Mm-hmm.
like I would think Angel Reese would be power forward. And I would see her getting the starting nod. But does Camila Cardoso start over Elizabeth Williams, who's a veteran, who's been here, who's seasoned for this? So we'll see. Maybe they're just putting the foundation together. I saw Dwayne Wade posted the foundation is set. So we'll see. But Twin Towers is possible. It's a possibility to have Camilla and Angel restart, and we'll see how that goes. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. Do you want to break down? Let's break down the teams.
I mean,
Let's talk about some of the teams too.
um, just wanted to add something with Chicago before we move on. They're in rebuilding mode, just like Los Angeles. Um, moved their core pieces, Kalia Copper, part of that championship team, for Chicago, to the Phoenix
Mm-hmm.
Mercury. Same thing LA did. NECA, who has been the foundation of LA for years, to Seattle. So both of those teams in a very similar position right now. Um, LA, we'll just move on to LA. Picked Cameron Brink at 2 and Rakia Jackson at 4. What do you think about those picks?
That was such a like a foundation setting draft for them because those two picks are like those are really great picks. First of all, Rakia Jackson is somebody who I think is going to steal Caitlin Clark's thunder in the sense of she can really contest and challenge her for that Rookie of the Year, especially knowing that Caitlin Clark is going to be in Indiana playing with somebody like Aaliyah Boston, playing with Erica, playing with people who actually might be able to dominate the ball a little bit in terms of where LA Sparks, they don't have that many veteran pieces who are going to stop a Rakia Jackson from being a Rakia Jackson or a Cameron Brink from being a Cameron Brink. But
Yeah, they
out of
both went into
everybody,
perfect situations because they're gonna get a lot of playing time.
hmm a lot of playing time, and like I said, Rakia Jackson to me, I feel like they filled in that NECA void because she does a lot of things well, like how NECA Wumike does. So I definitely looking forward. I'm definitely looking forward to see how that works. But uh, those two picks in itself were huge. I thought they were gonna go the Leah Edwards route after taking Cameron Brink, but Rakia Jackson makes much more sense for the LA Sparks and what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I love that combination right there. Cameron Brink, 3 times Defensive Player of the Year for the ACC, just won the Naismith Offensive Player of the Year this season before coming to the draft. And then, like you said, Rakia could do it all. Rakia could rebound. She has a great mid range. Um, just needs to work on the three, if I'm being honest. But she can really create her own shot, and having such a great defensive presence paired up with such a great offensive presence is huge for LA. They'll be
Yeah,
playing Lexi Brown, who's coming back, Zaya Cook, De'Erica Hamby. De'Erica Hamby, a great vet. So I would love to see what happens in LA. Hopefully, we could turn things around from last year.
it's gonna
Um,
be some time. It's gonna be some time, but definitely we'll be turning some stuff around.
Moving on, Aaliyah Edwards, that's your girl. You were very adamant about her being taken. What, she got taken 6 to Washington. You thought she should have been picked way sooner.
Thought Aaliyah Edwards was a top four pick. I thought she was at least top four, top three. And that's nothing against the ladies who did get picked in the order. They are all deserving. But I feel like some teams are gonna look back and say, damn, we had an opportunity to get Aaliyah Edwards and we passed up on her. And I think that's gonna happen. I think some of y'all are gonna be I told you I wanted her to drop to 11 because
Go to
y'all was
Liberty.
fronting. If she dropped to 11, that would have been awesome. But I think the pressure's off. Washington got themselves a great pick. I think the fact that EDD's not going to be playing basketball this year opens up a lot of room for Leah Edwards to showcase her ability, her talent, and all of her strengths. So we'll see how that goes. That works out in
I
Washington.
mean, and she's a pro. She plays for the Canadian national team, coached by Gino Riema. She has that pro mentality. Her mom was her basketball coach since she was very young. Her family is very basketball oriented. They make sure she went to
Hmm
practice, always worked on her skill. She's been training like a pro since long before this moment. So great pick for Washington, Aaliyah Edwards, right there. I'm definitely gonna go see her in person. Take that little drive to Washington. Can't wait to see what she brings. Um, and the girl of the hour, Angel Reese, right after that at number 7 to Chicago. We spoke a little bit about her already, and Camila. I just want to speak about her outfit because I think she was the best dress of the night. That
yeah,
outfit ate. Shout out to
yeah, she was
Angel.
the best.
That NIL money was showing last night because all the draftees came dripped out head to toe. But
Angel
what's
stole
my
the show.
favorite?
Angel stole the show, and for me, it was Angel and Rakia Jackson as the best dressed.
With
Like,
the outfit
but
change.
Angel stole. Yeah, the outfit change. Rakia got to get that for the outfit change. And Angel, she's like, yo, she got that. She picked that out like 2 days before the draft, and I'm like, man, like, yo, everything Angel does is just high level. Like, the way that she announced that she's going to the draft with GQ, like she's just that.
She definitely
She's
has
that
set a
lady.
standard for college players coming out of college going to the WNBA just with her announcement to
Hmm.
declare for the draft through Vogue and like you said GQ.
Yeah, Vogue. Yeah, yeah. Like she's elite. She's elite. So I like how she did it. I like how she came out and did that. A really, really great work. The outfit, the little hoodie on the dress, whatever that's called, like
Yeah, it
that.
was
That was
giving.
fire.
It was
That
giving.
was fire.
10 out of 10 for Angel and for Rakia. Definitely served the looks, killed the orange carpet. Moving on, right after Angel, number 8, Minnesota picked Alisa Peely. Wanted to mention her a little bit. A great
Mm,
pick for Minnesota. Minnesota also,
yeah.
well, not rebuilding really, but they did make some little noise in the off season. Tiffany Mitchell to Connecticut,
McBride. Um, they got a good squad.
and they have
They
last
got a
year's
good squad.
second pick, Diamond Miller, which had a great
Diamond
rookie
Miller,
season
yeah.
as well.
And then you got to look at, I don't know how it works with Alyssa Philly and having somebody like Nafisa Collier, but Nafisa does play multiple positions. But this right here definitely just beefed up their front court a lot because Alyssa Philly originally was projected to be at like number 11, I believe, right? At where the Liberty were picking. And she just shot up after her performances this season, especially her performance against SC. She shot up, and what made it to the eighth pick, and deservedly so. Congratulations to her. Minnesota has himself a really good, a strong player. I think she's ready to score against WNBA bodies now. She's strong. She's not soft. So I think she's ready to go like right away.
Yeah, I mean, she has a great vet to learn from, Nafisa Collier. Can't wait to see how that's gonna work out. But congratulations to Alyssa Pila. Alisa Pili had a great senior season. Really boosted up her stock with the way she played her senior year.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Um, we can move on to the New York Liberty. Talk about their picks a little bit. They had the 11th pick. Picked Marquisa Davis
Hmm.
from Ole Miss. Right after that, a few picks later, they had Esmeri Martinez from the University of Arizona, Jessica Carter from Mississippi State, and who was the last one? Caitlin Davis.
Yeah, yeah,
And then our
Caitlin
last
Davis.
pick,
Yeah, my bad.
Caitlin Davis from USC. Um,
Yeah,
the New York Liberty, what they really needed, as we all know, they went to the finals last year, had a great season. They're trying to run it back this year. What they really needed was a perimeter defender. What do you think we're getting with these 4 draft picks? And who is the best fit
uh,
for our New York
you're
Liberty?
definitely getting you're definitely getting perimeter defense from Marquisha. You're getting that perimeter defense from Martinez for sure, because Martinez is somebody who's top 10 all 4 years in college and leading in steals. She's a defense first, like no nonsense on defense. So I like that. Um, with Jessica Carter, I love that because that's a rim protector right there. She averaged 2 blocks a game. She averaged double in her season. But Marquisha, the reason why I love Marquisha so much is because she has the tangible, she has the ability where she does. You don't need to find her to create a shot. She can create a shot for herself. She has a great mid-range game. She puts her head down. She gets to the basket. She also is a good defender, and she has the assets to be an elite wing defender. So the Liberty crossed their T's and dotted their I's as they needed to. They was on top of this for this draft, and I think they did a good job.
Yeah, I think they did an amazing job. Shout out to the New York Liberty for making history. The first Dominican player to be drafted in the WNBA was Esmeri Martinez in the second round, the 17th pick. I feel like it's only right. The first Dominican player, and it's New York City. I mean, it just goes hand in hand. A lot of Dominican fans were excited. I saw under the New York Liberty post. If you look at the other draft picks, they have like 30 comments, 50 comments under their post. As Mary Martinez has 500 comments under that Liberty post because
Yeah,
the Dominicans are outside. We are hyped about this. I really hope she
yeah.
makes the roster. Um,
Same here.
and even if she doesn't, but this is just historical. Great for our country. Great for her. Really proud of Esmeri Martinez and what she represents, especially as a Dominican, and really looking forward to see where she goes. Yeah, shout out to New York Liberty.
Congrats.
And Charisma Osborne, we really thought she was going to be picked at 11 for the New York Liberty. She's a great defender. We thought she was getting picked just because we need, the perimeter defense. She brings that, but she dropped all the way to the third round, the 25th pick, Phoenix Mercury.
Yeah. Yeah,
That was
I
surprising.
was shocked about that. I was shocked about that. That was very surprising. But everything plays out how it's supposed to play out. I think
Amen to
Phoenix
that.
got themselves a great pick. They got themselves a great pick, especially with what they did in terms of the all season acquiring Talia Copper, still having Brittany Griner, obviously still having
Natasha
DC in the
Cloud.
building. Natasha Cloud. They have uh they have a strong team in Phoenix, a good defensive team as well. And a UCLA guard who puts it all who leaves it all on the floor. So shout out to Charisma Osborne for the opportunity to be in a great city as well and
Yeah.
play some good basketball, meaningful basketball.
I mean, like you said, everything happens for a reason. New York Liberty is stacked. It's going to be hard to make it past training camp. The Phoenix
Yeah,
Mercury re-signing BT, re-signing Brittany Griner, then bringing Kalia Copper, bringing Natasha Cloud is a lot of money. So they're going to need a player
yeah,
who's on that rookie minimum and can actually perform right now. And I think Charisma Osborne
yeah,
is a great choice for them, and probably a better choice for herself. She's probably going to actually make the roster, be able to develop, um, compared to being drafted by the New York Liberty.
yeah, absolutely.
The draft picks you want to shout out, Nika Mule.
Any,
Nika Mule was one that fell into the second round as well with Seattle.
yeah.
She joined the squad.
And she joined herself. She joined herself a squad for real. Seattle is definitely stacked. I know a lot of Liberty fans were disappointed because Nika Mule is a great perimeter defender, and a lot of them kind of wanted to see her fall into the Liberty's roster. So, unfortunately, lost her to the Seattle Storm. The Storm is coming over there in Seattle. They have a stacked squad, but we will see how that transpires. Is Mika Mule injured? Does she have like any injury issues or something like that?
She isn't injured. I mean, it hasn't been announced that she's injured. She played all 40 minutes of that Iowa game.
Oh
She was
yeah, you're
perfectly
right.
fine.
You're right. She did. She was very, very adamant. But what she does have is an issue with scoring. She's not a great scorer. Like I said, she's just
Mm-hmm.
really there to knock down open
But
threes and
yeah,
play
but she
good
could knock them
defense.
down.
Yeah. So she's a good 3 and D, a great 3 and D player. And I also want to shout out Kate Martin
I
because
was just getting
you
there
know
to
like
the Las Vegas Aces.
yeah like yeah like she said first of all the Las Vegas Aces made some really really good picks. Like they
Sneaky. I
made some
think
really
they're
good
the
picks.
low key the winners of the draft. Without
Yeah,
having a
like they
first
made
round pick,
yeah that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope what they did because like you look at Daisha Fair, Kate Martin. But before I even talk about the other picks, it's like Kate Martin said it herself. She came there to support her friend. She came there not thinking, not knowing what was gonna happen, and to hear your name get called, and deservedly so, Kate Martin. Like I know you came there to support Caitlin Clark, but look at what that girl did this tournament. Like she had some really big games, often the second leading scorer on that team after Caitlin's historic performances. So Kate Martin, you deserve to be here. You deserve to hear your
he
name
definitely
called,
does.
and I'm happy that you got to hear your name called. Coach Lisa, I got a chance to take a photo with her after. Didn't get a chance to interview her, but I got a chance to take a photo with her and let her know, like, yo, the Aces got themselves a steal right there because that right there is defense, that's intensity, that's shooting, that's another score. Like I hope she makes that roster. I hope she makes that team. But in general, the Aces did a phenomenal job with
The Aces
Elizabeth Whitney.
bodies. Um,
Yeah, they
Back to Daisha Fair. You already spoke a little bit about Kate Martin, but Daisha Fair went under the radar all season long. Number 3 all time NCAA scoring. How can the number 3 all time scorer drop so low in the draft? I do understand she's 5'5". Height does play a role when playing in the big leagues, but being coached by Becky Hammond, who's a player who's always put her over height, um,
Heart over height.
Heart over height, and that's Daisha Fair. Daisha Fair is literally the definition of it. She can score, and it's very impressive that at 5'5", she can score the way she does, create her own shots. She's also a great passer. But she was definitely the main scorer there in Syracuse, and being able to break that record at 5'5" is just so impressive to me. She has Becky Hammond has a great one, Daisha Fair.
Yeah, she definitely does. She definitely does. And somebody who's scrappy and could get a bucket at any time. So they definitely did a great job
And
this
then
draft.
Elizabeth Kitley, which was another surprising pick, fell way too far in the draft for me. I know she's injured. I understand that, but Ali made a good point. Isabel Harrison was a player who was drafted injured. Chelsea Gray was a player who was drafted injured. And look, how they were able to overcome injury and have such an amazing career. So an injury shouldn't, define you or make you fall so low in the draft, because we know what Elizabeth Kitley brings to
Yeah,
to
exactly.
basketball. Brought Virginia Tech to their first Final Four in a long time. 3-time ACC Player of the Year or Defensive Player of the Year. Elizabeth Kitley is a steal.
Absolutely a steal. And that was a good pick. Whoever did the Aces scouting report and everything like that, they get an A+. I give the Aces an A+ for the work that they did in the draft.
No, for sure, the Aces did that. Anything else you want to highlight for the draft?
Besides the fact that they had a lot of great, amazing fans in attendance, the fact that they had just I do want to highlight something. I want to talk about the numbers because Caitlin Clark's rookie contract came out. Her 4-year rookie contract came out. Obviously, the player's minimum starting as a rookie. The fourth year is a player option. I think it's somewhere around 90 something K, but there's a lot of commentary. Did you get a chance to see Caitlin Clark's 4-year contract? And do you have any thoughts on that?
I didn't get a chance to see it. How much was it for?
Okay, yes. Yeah, it's circulating, it's all over line, but everybody's kind of like going crazy because it's like only like 383K for the 4 years. And I think people are just like missing the point. A lot of commentary in the comments talking about, oh, I get paid more than Caitlin Clark and so and so. No, you don't.
You
No,
don't.
you don't, guys. You don't. You don't.
Yeah.
Her WNBA salary, yeah, rightfully so. But I'm gonna say this to say this because you look at the commentary, mostly from men, and there's nothing but disappointment in what Caitlin Clark's salary is. And I'm gonna say that to say, like the fans, that's your fault. What have you done as a fan to help boost the WNBA game in terms of
Right. Are you
ticket
attending
sales? In
games?
terms of
Are you
are
buying
you attending
jerseys?
games?
Are
Are
you
you making this
sharing the
viral?
game's
Like
news? Yeah.
exactly.
What have you
So
done?
um, yeah, what have you done? So the WNBA, I'd like to see fans stop comparing the WNBA versus the NBA because we're talking about two sample sizes that are like dramatically different. Like, the NBA who has 30 teams versus the WNBA who has
At
12.
12. Which
Like
I
we
heard
can, yeah.
Kathy say that it's soon going to be 16 teams.
Oh, really? It's gonna be 16 soon. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that.
We already know by
With possible
2025 it'll
cities.
be 13. So 3 more teams will be joining. She didn't say the cities. But what cities will you be interested? I'm rocking with Philly. Charlotte is a good one. On the West Coast, I was thinking about another city in Texas, maybe Houston, bringing back that original franchise. Those are my 3
Yeah,
picks.
I would love to see a franchise back in Houston, bring back the original, bring back the Houston Comets. I would love to see a team in Toronto.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I do like, let me see. Um, I don't know about Philly or maybe Miami, but not Miami actually, because Miami is not really a basketball city. But
Yeah, I feel like Philly will
I
benefit a little bit more than Miami just because of the
yeah.
environment and
Or what about Iowa?
okay. I mean, we've seen what Caitlin Clark did for the economy in Iowa. Imagine a
Yeah.
WNBA team in Iowa.
Yeah, they support. They definitely support out there.
Yeah, for sure. I loved how you talked about Caitlin Clark, even though she's making only what $300,000, that she is not making less or not taking a pay cut by going into the WNBA, which is a rumor and a lie that a lot of people believe. It does not work like that.
Hmm.
As you know, you transition from NCAA to the WNBA. These brands, these sponsorships will continue to work with you. You are going pro. Is more eyes on you now, more fan bases. You're playing professional. Why would these teams not? I mean, why would these companies and these brands not continue to work with you? So I don't know where this
Yeah.
rumor and this false information came from, but you do not get a pay cut when going pro. It just doesn't work like that. Caitlin Clark will continue to
Yeah,
have her
I'm learning that.
sponsorships, continue to get paid through State Farm. As you've seen, State Farm in Times Square had a billboard, like a huge billboard when she was drafted #1.
Yeah,
Caitlin is the new face of the
absolutely.
WNBA, so she's gonna continue to get her
Yeah.
coins.
And then shout out the Empire State Building last night, shining orange, in honor of the WNBA, shining orange for those draftees. Congratulations.
Yep, congratulations to the 2024 draft picks. It's going to be an amazing season. I cannot wait. I am so excited to be at every single New York Liberty home game. Kenny and I will be there doing our own thing, doing our videos, interacting with you guys. We have a lot coming, and I can't wait. Continue to support, continue to like, comment, and share. We've seen the love. We had a few people recognize us outside the draft, and it felt amazing to have the fans know who you are and appreciate your work. So thank you
Absolutely.
so
So
much,
much
guys.
appreciated. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Bucket for Bucket. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. This is episode Kumbaya, another historic night, the WNBA draft. Thank you guys for tuning in. We received so much love for the fans that were outside the arena. It was just amazing to see what the WNBA is growing into, and can't wait to see you guys this season. The draft has me excited and ready. Follow me on Instagram at Woman Hoops. Peace.